everybody, Opinionated Idiot here, and I wanted to jump in really quick and give you some breaking Bryan Kohberger news. Yesterday, there was some newly released documents in the case, and one that is a little bit of concern is this document that is called a Brady-Giglio disclosure. And you're probably asking yourself, what is a Brady-Giglio disclosure? I myself was asking that question, as I'm not really so intricate in knowing everything about trial law. And I'm sure just like a lot of you, I have to be honest, I've learned a lot from this case, doing the research in this case, and it's been very fascinating and a very big learning curve for myself. But let's pull up the document here so we can take a look at it, and I will give you kind of a rundown of what it is and give you my opinion as to what is going on at this point. Okay, so here is that document here that was filed in court. There were 3 actual documents, but this one here is the one of significance. And it says here, comes now the state of Idaho by and through the Latah County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, and respectfully gives notice to the court and counsel that the state has become aware of a potential Brady-Giglio material related to one of the officers involved in the above referenced case. That material, in the form of a confidential internal affairs investigation, is hereby submitted in camera to the court. The state intends to disclose this informant to the defendant's counsel, but because this information is confidential and exempt from the public disclosure pursuant in Idaho Code 74-1061 personal records, the state respectively prays for the issuance of the protective order pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 16, prohibiting defense counsel from disseminating the information contained in the internal affairs investigation, absent further notice of the court. Now, you're probably sitting here saying, what is going on? And I will explain Brady-Giglio to you. Let me read here from my notes. So Brady-Giglio refers to a legal obligation of prosecutors to disclose expulsionary evidence to the defense during criminal trials. The Brady rule derives from the 1963 United States Supreme case Brady versus Maryland, which that held prosecutors must disclose any evidence that is favorable to the accused and material to guilt or punishment. The Giglio rule, named in the 1972 Supreme Court case Giglio versus United States, requires prosecutors to disclose any information about government witnesses that may impeach their credibility, such as prior convictions, plea deals, or promise of latency. Together, the Brady and Giglio obligations are designed to ensure a fair trial by preventing prosecutors from withholding evidence that could exonerate the accused or undermine the credibility of government witnesses. Failure to comply with the obligations can result in sanctions or even reversal of a conviction. After reading this, getting nervous, I started to look a little bit more into it. And I said, could this be just standard procedure? So I researched it, I looked it up, and basically I was asking the question, how often is Brady-Giglio introduced into a case? And this is what I found. The obligation to disclose expulsionary evidence under Brady-Giglio arises from virtually every criminal case in the United States, as it is a constitutional requirement that applies to both federal and state prosecutions. Prosecutors are required to search for and disclose any information that is favorable to the accused, whether or not the defense requests it. So basically, to me, it just sounded like this was a normal motion, just a normal thing that would be set forth in a case. This includes not only evidence that tends to show the defendant's innocence, but also evidence that could be used to impeach the credibility of a government witness. While the extent of disclosure may vary depending on circumstances of each case, the obligation to disclose expulsionary evidence is a fundamental principle of due process that must be followed in all criminal cases. Failing to disclose such evidence can result in serious consequences for prosecutors, including disciplinary actions, sanctions, or even reversal of a conviction. So to me, after hearing all this, reading all this, I am definitely a little bit nervous right now in this case. This could be a huge, major win for the defense. And I was wondering myself, what is going on? It looks like to me that there's an internal investigation into one of the officers in this case. There could be tampering. There could be some, misconduct going on. Maybe information is being let out that's not supposed to be. And I was wondering myself, when have we ever heard of this before? I've never even heard of this. When was this a major sticking point in any case that could help the defense? Well, I went back and researched and found out in 1995, during the O.J. Simpson trial, Brady Giglio was a major sticking point to that jury in that case, and definitely helped getting O.J. Simpson, clearing him and exonerated of all his charges. Let me read this for you. Brady Giglio was a significant issue in the O.J. Simpson case. In particular, the defense argued that the prosecution had failed to disclose certain information that could have been used to impeach the credibility of one of the key witnesses, Detective Mark Furman. During the trial, the defense discovered that Furman had a history of using racist language and had lied about it under oath. The defense argued that this information should have been disclosed by the prosecution under Giglio, as it could have been used to attack Furman's credibility as a witness. The trial court ultimately allowed the defense to introduce evidence of Furman's past racist statements, which was seen as a major blow to the prosecution's case. The defense argued that Furman's racist attitude and history of lying about it made him an unreliable witness, and therefore undermined the credibility of his testimony linking Simpson to the murders. While Brady Giglio issues were not only the factor in the O.J. Simpson trial, they were certainly a significant issue that played a role in the outcome of the case. Now, getting through all of that, I'm sure you're all sitting here going, what does this all boil down to? And what this boils down to is this. There is an officer that is involved in this case that has an internal investigation issue that could be conduct on how this officer has performed currently or in the past. It could be related to this case. It may be conduct in other cases, but I'm feeling that the prosecution, because this case is so big, is trying to be as transparent as possible. They don't want to screw this up. And in the past, from what I'm researching, there have been other cases out there that have been dismissed because of Brady Giglio, and the officer was fired. So let's hope that it's not in this case. I still feel that Bryan Kohberger is suspect number one in this case. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that there's possible corruption in this case? Do you still think that Bryan Kohberger was framed? Will he walk free? Let me know down in the comments below. If this is your first time over here, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn all of your notifications on, so when I go live or drop a new video, you guys will know. I do a live show every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're not going to want to miss that. And also make sure to please give this a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the Opinionated Idiot, and I will keep reporting on this case for you guys. Take care. Hey everybody, thank you for checking out this video. If you like the content here today, make sure to click on one of these videos up here. I would appreciate it. And before you head out, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on that bell notification so every time I drop a new video or go live, you guys will know. Thanks.